Hi everyone. Today's webinar agenda is about GSTR 2B reconciliation and recent EaseMyGST updates. Regarding this today's webinar session, our panelists are already here. Yes, back to all those panelists. I just introduced with all the panelists. Mr. Vinay Luthra, business head, EaseMyGST. Our keynote speakers are there, Mr. Gagan Mendiratta and Anubhav Sharma. So yes, guys, please go ahead and discuss regarding the same today's webinar.
Yeah, hi. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. So welcome to the EaseMyGST webinar. So we will start with the today's agenda first. So our agenda is that this is our most awaited solution which we need to provide the webinar on, that GSTR 2B reconciliation and its importance in GSTR 3B. Then we will go further with the latest updates on EaseMyGST solution, and then Mr. Anubhav will show us the live working session on the GSTR 2B reconciliation, how it will work, and with the comparison view with the GSTR 2B and 2A reconciliation result, which is better version and better to take the ITC input. Now, following on, we will work on the reconciliation reports, and then our experts will go through the frequent scenarios which we have covered in nowadays to give you the more clarity on the GSTR 2B reconciliation part. Now, let us introduce first with the EaseMyGST. Many of you have known the EaseMyGST so far, but many of us are joining us today for the first time. Then EaseMyGST is a SaaS-based cloud software solution for GST compliance, which maintains the compliance from starting from the 2017. We have been covered many of the products as well. So now we are dealing in the three products. First one is GST returns, which deals in the all kind of returns from GSTR 1 to GSTR 9 and GSTR 10 as well. All the returns we have covered with the reconciliation module as well. So we are providing the reconciliation engine as well nowadays. Secondly, we are providing the E-Waybill and E-invoicing product, which we are generating the E-invoicing on a real-time basis. All the users can generate real-time generation of the e-invoices with their E-Waybill, so that no compliance activity can be left out without going through the GST portal. So now let us brief you on the GSTR 2B reconciliation first. So we need to understand that what is GSTR 2B first, right? So this is a simple statement. The statement is generated in a static nature, and it does not change based on the action of the vendors. Means the GSTR 2B is generated on 14th of every month to take your ITC input based on the supplier's action. If I let you know that GSTR 2B contains all the data which is reported by the suppliers in the GSTR 1, GSTR 6, and GSTR 5 returns. All the invoices which are filed on or before the due date are available in the GSTR 2B, and we need to do the GSTR 2B reconciliation with the purchase data. Now let us understand why consider the GSTR 2B. Why we need to consider the GSTR 2B reconciliation to do our purchase reconciliation, so that management can view the effective cash flow and all the compliance can be maintained by the management. So there are four features which will be providing by the EaseMyGST by doing the reconciliation with GSTR 2B. First one is accurate input tax credit. So we will allow you, this will help you in capturing the accurate ITC, avoiding potential loss of credit and maintaining compliance with the law. Now, second one is compliance with GST law. We have to make sure that this 2B has been compliant with the GST law. By reconciling their purchase data, business can identify their any discrepancy and rectification, so that they can rectify them in their timely manner and to reduce the risk of non-compliance and penalties. So we have to take out the penalties, and then we have to make sure that there are no penalties effectively in our business. Third one is effective cash flow management. Business can optimize their cash flow, reducing tax liabilities, and enhance their working capital management. Through this, we can enhance our working capital management so that EaseMyGST can efficiently give you the answer that you have to increase your cash flow management so that your working capital can be increased. Now coming to the fourth one, vendor compliance evaluation. So there are parts, there are features which EMG will provide to maintain your vendor compliance as well. It will help us to get informed decision regarding supplier relationship and mitigation risk, and ensuring seamlessly supply chains operations. So now going forward, there's a question that how EMG helps in filing GSTR 3B, right? So I have given you the hint that we have to file GSTR 3B through the help of GSTR 2B reconciliation and the 2B part. So how EMG helps you to file your GSTR 3B? So first of all, EMG provides you the Recon tracker to track your records on user level also. So you have all the users are working in a same organization, so that you can track your working, track your user working, then with the timelines and with the timestamps also, that when the user has generated the 2B reconciliation and when the user has applied the advanced logic. So now second part is we will provide you the pan level reconciliation based on the purchase data, how much of the purchase data is uploaded in the full financial year. So we can provide you the pan level reconciliation as well. Now the third one is very effectively we can run the advanced logic to maximize your ITC so that you can take the maximum input through the help of EaseMyGST. Now EaseMyGST helps you to make your own 3B, defining from the reconciliation perspective as well and from the purchase perspective as well. So now there's one more feature which is available in the EaseMyGST is you can track your vendors who have not filed their particular invoices in the returns in your GSTR 3B return, so that you should know who all the vendors are there which are not filing on timely basis, so that you can send them a mail. This is our next feature, which is sending a mail to vendors to record your communication, so that it can be helpful in the future, so that you can prove the management, or you can show to the management, or you can ask to your vendors that why you have not given the satisfy reply over the mails. So note in the last, we are providing the MIS report, which is based on the 2B summary and as well as on the invoice level summary as well. So now coming to the latest updates on EaseMyGST solution are, so we have recently done some changes in our solution, which is reflecting in the portal right now, which is you can check your duplicate invoices across the financial year in your purchase data as well, which is now available in your purchase view section. Second one is 3B auto compute, which is available with the two options, right? First one is make your 3B with the 2B reconciliation, or either you want to make the 3B with your GST 2B only, so that we can provide you the GST 2B 3B update and all the structure which is required over the government portal, so that all the summary has to be filed from the EaseMyGST only. Now the third one is we can send the mails to the vendor. This is already available, but the feature we have provided you that you can send your mail to the vendors with the selected fields of the data which you want to share to the vendors. That if you want to share the taxable value with the taxes and the difference of the amount, you can share the difference of the amount of that particular vendors. You do not have to share the full data fields and all the data fields which are not required to the vendors to do the communication part. So now if we are going below to the features list, so we have check invoice, e-invoice enablement of vendors, which is now very crucial and useful for the users, that they can now check the e-invoice enablement, whether the party has enabled their e-invoicing part or not. Because right now we are coming with the 5 crore solution also, so in that part they also required to check that enablement of the part. So after that, there's one more feature in which there's a there's if you are generating the E-Waybills, right, so you can get the E-Waybills from your counterparties as well. You can now take all the summaries, take all the information from the counterparties, what all the E-Waybills they have generated against you, and at what time, at what part of for what invoices also. So now after that, you there's one more feature which is applicable in the EaseMyGST only, which is digital signature. You can now apply the digital signature on e-invoices if you have the requirement for that particular turnover field is there. So if you have any requirement, you can also apply the digital signature on each and every invoices with a bulk upload action with your digital signature. Now the next part is we are ready for the e-invoicing part below, who are below than 5 crores, which has to be coming from the 1st of August. So we are ready with that e-invoicing part. You can just register to the EaseMyGST and you can contact us. We will surely roll over the e-invoicing and e-waybill part to for the turnover who has below 5 crores, right? So now my colleague will give you the live working session on the to-be reconciliation, through which he will, Mr. Anubhav will show you how the reconciliation works and how it will be beneficial for the user and for us to take the maximum input credit. Over to you, Mr. Anubhav.
Thank you so much, Gagan sir. So today I am going to tell you about the GSTR 2B reconciliation working on EaseMyGST and its benefits. So I'm just sharing my screen. Okay. So this is the dashboard of EaseMyGST. For performing the GSTR 2B reconciliation, there are 3 simple steps to perform a reconciliation. The first step is to upload a purchase register on EaseMyGST. In the second step, we need to fetch the GSTR 2B from the government books. And in the third step, we need to perform the reconciliation. Only in these 3 steps, the reconciliation is done on EaseMyGST. So I'm going from the working level. So on the first of all, we have to upload the data. We are having a bulk upload. In this bulk upload, we can upload the pan level data. For many, if we are having many GST, we can upload all the data in one go, in one file easily. And after that, we need to fetch GSTR 2B from government portal. For that, we need to move to GSTR 2B bulk download. In this section, we can download the 2B for multiple GST in one go. We can select multiple months and single month also. We have options. So we need to add, and we can just select to download. After this, once the data is successfully uploaded, we need to check the summary of the data. Moving to purchase register. Once the data is uploaded, we need to check the 2P summary for that data. I'm selecting my financial year and will calculate the summary. So I have uploaded around 17,000 invoices. This will let you know how many invoices are reflecting reconciliation and how many invoices are not considered for reconciliation. Okay. So here you need to match your data, purchase books with your P&L. If your both P&L and your purchase data is matching, then we can proceed for the reconciliation. After that, in the third step, we need to perform the reconciliation. Here we are having multiple options. There are many advanced legal logics we are giving to all the clients. So my first logic is to across financial year. This logic helps you to reconcile all the invoices if the supplier has uploaded the invoice in the previous financial year and we have booked that purchase in current financial year. So we can reconcile both the invoices. The system will automatically match that invoices. In the second logic, I am having fuzzy logic. In fuzzy logic, if the supplier has filed an invoice with the invoice number ABC123 and I have booked that invoice with 123, there is a difference of invoice number. So system will help you to match those invoices also for the maximization of ITC. In the third logic, there is ignore invoice number. Invoice number is not that much important for me. I have much important is invoice value and tax amounts. And in the fourth point, we need to set a tolerance limit that I am setting a tolerance of 10 rupees. Till that 10 rupees, all the invoice should match and move from value mismatch category. Okay. After that, I am moving the much forwarding to reconciliation result. In that reconciliation result, I have made the first page is my summary page. This summary page will help you let you know that how many invoices of your vendors and how much invoices your vendors are there, in which category they are falling: match category, dematch category, value mismatch, invoice mismatch, and supplier only and purchaser only. Your main focus should be there on supplier only categories, those invoices which are not in books but if they're in government books. And after that, there is purchaser only. Those invoices which are booked in your books but the counterparty has not filed yet. After that, moving to the category-wise vendor summary. This summary will let you know of how many invoices are their vendors are reflecting in which category. This helps you to see the invoice-wise, vendor-wise summary. After that, I am moving to invoices. This will help you to see the invoice level inputs. So there are many much categories I have given to you: match, dematch, invoice mismatch, value mismatch, supplier only, and purchaser only. There are many much categories are there. So this will help you to finalize your 3B with the help of GSTR 2B reconciliation. So I have given some of the filters which will help you to reconcile all your 2B purchase data that will help you to claim the input in GSTR 3B. So there is one group filter we have given to you that will help you to take the input. After that, the point is how you reconcile, how you take the input from GSTR 2B in GSTR 3B. So I have given the category filter. Okay, this is my group filter. I have to select my GSTR 2B period, or for which month I am claiming the input. For example, I am taking the input for May month. I will select 2B, and all the invoices will be available. That 2B is available on my purchase invoices. So I will just select all the invoices and I will mark those invoices in the 3B. I will select the month of purchase, and I will just select all the categories. I am having many much categories in the 3B, like actual category, partial claim, ineligible 17.5, ineligible cutoff date 16.4. There are many much categories. You can select all the categories in which your invoice is falling. For example, your invoice is reflecting actual, that means all other ITC. So you can just select this category and you can proceed. All the invoices will be booked in that category. So if you want to see those invoices, you can just go to reconciliation, monthly recon result 2B base. So there is the 3B marking report. So in this report, I will let you know how many invoices you have marked and on how many invoices you have to take the input. So this will help you to reconcile all those invoices. See, you can see all the invoices by category wise. There are many much categories: match, dematch category. If you want to see the total, you can just go down and you can see the categories. There are categories like actual, ITC reclaim, ITC reclaim others. So in which category you will mark the invoices, you will get the invoices in the total 3B marking summary. So you can just easily claim take the input in the 3B marking summary. After that, moving to GSTR 3B. In GSTR 3B, we have as Mr. Gagan sir told you, we have introduced new features like earlier we are having you can take the input on the basis of your purchase. Now we are giving you the method to take the input on the basis of 3B marking. Either you can take the input from GSTR 2A reconciliation based, or you can take the input from 2B based reconciliation. What are the invoices you are marking in those categories will be directly get in the auto populated table in other fields like GSTR all other ITC and ITC reclaimed and reversible others.
Okay, so Mr. Anubhav. Okay, so Mr. Anubhav, can you show us how to mark the 3B if we have the invoice of actual? Means I have to claim the full invoice, full ITC. So where to mark for the month of recent month, means for the month of June, and how you classify through different month that we have to mark in June and July as well.
So if you are working on the month of July, so I will go to the result. I will go to the invoice level view. Here are some of the match categories on which I have to take the input. So I will just select all the invoices which are available for ITC. I will just select all the invoices. I will just mark to the 3B and I will select the month. For example, if I am doing the working for July month, I will select the July month and in which category I have to mark. If these all invoices are reflecting for all other ITC, I will mark in the actual stage. If these invoices are reflecting for ineligible, I will mark in the ineligible sections. If these invoices are for reclaim, I will mark this invoice in the reclaim section. So I'm marking these invoices in all other categories that my all the inputs are available in these invoices. I have done proceed, and all the invoices will be there in my 3B marking summary.
Okay. So can you show us that how after marking the 3B summary, can you show us that how we can reconcile that what all the 3B marking you have done in your window part?
Yes, sir, sure. So I have to go to my reconciliation result. In here, I am having managing my criteria, so I can filter those invoices. So I will just go to the 3B marking in which ITC claim. I will select all the categories in which I have marked the invoices, and I will select the month. So I have marked those invoices in the month of July. So I will just select July and will click. My all the invoices will open. Okay, so I have marked all the invoices. See, you can see. Okay.
Okay. Is there any filter you have provided from your side that if the user has to so is there any filter you have provided from your side that we have to apply that particular filter and then all the marking has to be done from their end only? Means how the EMG will help you to do the 3B marking in a easy way?
So we have already given the group filter here that will help you to mark those invoices as per the standard practice. So group filter helps you to mark all those invoices for 3B ITC. I will just click to add and search, and I will select all the match categories in which my all the invoices are matched. Okay. So basically, I have marked all the invoices. So I'm removing the no other ITC. So these are invoices which I have to mark. This is the sentence group filter. So I will just select the GSTR 2B period here, and for which month I am marking the invoices, I will select the 2B for that one particular month here. For example, if I'm doing for June, May, so I will just select May and will click to add and search. For all the May month invoices will open here. I will just select all the invoices and will just select all the invoices and will mark in particular month.
Okay, can you show us that if there are the invoices which are left to be marked or which are left to be reconciled, the system has done all the reconciliation, but there are some of the invoices which are not even matching to the particular invoice of the supplier. So how can you? Is there any way that we can mark that particular invoice or we can reconcile that particular invoice from your system?
If there is any invoice which is left for claiming ITC, for example, this is the invoice not claimed in any month. So I will just select no other ITC, mark ITC type, no other ITC. That means we have not marked that ITC on the particular invoice. So all the invoices will open. For example, if we are having a purchase in the month of July and we have not received the 2B in the month of July, so this in the next month we will reconcile that invoices through this filter. All the invoices will open in which ITC is not available earlier.
Okay, but here reconciliation has been done. We and if we want to do the manual reconciliation, is there any option available in the EaseMyGST to do the manual reconciliation?
Right, sir. There are many multiple options to you can reconcile your invoices manually. For example, I'm moving to purchase only invoices which are not reconciled yet. So there are multiple invoices. I'm selecting one invoice here. For example, this party, I have to reconcile. There is a list view option. You can just open all the invoices which is having a counterparty. I can just select the invoice which is correct. I have to reconcile and I can perform the reconciliation here manually.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes. Move ahead.
Okay. So I'm going to tell you which are the invoices I have marked. So I want to, if I want to see the invoice in the Excel as well, so I'm opening the Excel. So this is my Excel, and I will let you know in this Excel there are many much categories like supplier only, and all the result I will get in this Excel. So if I'm having multiple GST, so I can download the file for GST to be reconciled on many GSTs as well. So this GSTR 2B will help you to know the GSTR 2B period in which month the ITC is available. And this is the purchase filing period. This is the purchase period. And after that, if you have booked these invoices in 3B, so you can just easily get those invoices in the Excel as well. So this 3B invoice ITC claim. For example, I have booked some invoices in the month of May. So I will open the invoices, and in which category I will mark these invoices. You can easily visible in this Excel as well. So this is possible on UI and possible in Excel also.
Okay, here if I want to comment any of the invoices that this is particularly for the RCM part or any other comment you want to give in the Excel, can we give our comments in the Excel and then re-upload to the EaseMyGST?
Yeah, it's possible, sir.
In the reconciliation only.
You're right.
Okay.
For example, I'm just showing you the page. If I want to write any editing in Excel and I want to upload that on UI, I will just click to action upload. My file will download. So in this Excel file, there is user comment option. Example, in the last, there is user comment. If the first invoice is related to my RCM, so I will just mark here as the RCM. CM.
And any other comment also we can
Yeah, you can.
input?
Okay. For example, can you give me any example?
Example means this is the RCM invoice. I will take the input later,
Okay.
like this. Can we input any of the
Right, sir, you
user
can.
line as well?
You can, sir. RCM invoice, which I will claim later.
Okay.
Okay, sir. I'm just saving that Excel. I'm going to upload this Excel. So when I have to upload this Excel, I will go to bulk operation pen level. Here is return type Recon action. I will just select my year and I will just browse the file and will upload this file here. Done. Once the file will be uploaded, I will move to the Recon result and I will show you the invoice which we have booked. We have marked. Done. It's done. So I'm moving to my GST Telangana. I'm going to return section B2B CDN result. So I will go to the invoice by result and I have some group filters. So here are user comments. So you can see the invoice which I have marked in the Excel, so you can easily visible that invoice in the UI as well. Okay. Any other question, Gagan sir?
No, you can continue with that.
Okay. So I have some questions which is frequently asked in the reconciliation. So I'm just sharing my PPT as well. So what are that questions? So can I edit auto-populated form GSTR 2B values in the form GSTR 3B? Yes, as of now, you can edit that form. So however, if we edit in the specific field, will be highlighted in red and a warning message will be displayed if we take more than 2B. Okay. Second question. What are the different scenarios where ITC is not available? Only in the following scenarios, ITC availability is shown as no in form GSTR 2B. First one is invoice or debit note for supply of goods or services for both where the recipient or no is not entitled to take input tax credit. Second one, invoice or debit note where the supply is GST and place of supply are in the same state and recipient is in another state. So place of supply should be same where we are doing the supply. Do as a taxpayer have to file GSTR 2B? No, you don't have to file GSTR 2B. It's a read-only static auto-drafted ITC statement which indicates the availability of input tax credit to you against each document filed by supplier and ITC received through ISD. What are the inputs of form GSTR 2B? All the inputs, all the B2B information documents such as invoices, credit note and debit notes filed by supplier in the month of or quarterly GSTR 1 IFF and GSTR filed by non-resident taxpayers, invoice filed by ISD taxpayers in their GSTR 6, and ITC of ICE gate for the supplies on which I have paid the tax on the import. Can I claim the input on the basis of purchase? From the December 2021 CGST Rule 36(4) is amended to remove 5% additionally ITC over above ITC appearing in GSTR 2B. From January 1, 2022, the business can avail ITC only if it is reported in supplier GSTR 1 IFF and it is appear in GSTR 2B. My sixth question is, how can I claim input based on monthly reconciliation? Yes, you can upload purchase data and do monthly GSTR to be Recon in EaseMyGST, and you can use 3B marking feature and vendor and invoice level to calculate monthly input. In 3B marking, we have given section-wise options like ITC, or other ITC, ITC reversal, ineligible ITC, ITC reclaim, and RC. My seventh question is, how can I match my books versus 2B? Yes, we help the client to give GSTR2 purchase summary, which can match with their trial balance. Once GSTR2 is matched with their trial balance, they can perform the reconciliation with GSTR2B on EaseMyGST. My last question is, what can be the reasons for mismatch between GSTR2B and purchase books? Supplier has not filed the GST return. First option is. Second option can be supplier GST is inactive, so they have not filed the return. Supplier has filed the return after the due date. If the supplier has filed the return after due date, so it will not be reflecting in the GSTR2B. And if the quarterly filer not using the IFF facility, that's why all these reasons can give me mismatch in the reconciliation of 2B and purchase books. Thanks for your time, and we are open for your questions. If you are having same questions also, you can please ask in the chat box. We will pleased to answer you. Any questions?
Okay, so we have many of the questions in our Q&A chat box. So we will go one by one through all the questions so that all the audience can be clear on that part. For more details, you can go to your, you can speak with your Ginesys account manager, and then they will give you a clarity on that part. Or you can drop a mail on sales@gsl.in. You can drop a mail anytime. So, is there any recon for CDN? Right. So, CDN means credit and debit notes. That, yes, we have the CDN reconciliation in the EaseMyGST. You have to just select select the drop down from the options from the section where we have provided you the B2B reconciliation and then CDN reconciliation. Both the reconciliation runs on the same time with the same logics, with the same advanced logic you have applied. Yes, we have the CDN reconciliation. So now this okay to be clear to clear you that this is a recorded session. We will provide you the recording of this video over the YouTube channel as well. Now, what are the parameters considered as a primary to match with invoices? Right. So basic parameters are those the parameters like GSTN number is the main base parameter. Second one is invoice number. If you want to skip the invoice number, you can check the date, invoice value, and the tax amount. Right. So there's a advanced logic also. If you want to skip the invoice number, then the invoice value means the taxable value, and the tax amount has to be matched with pi to pi. Means there is no round of difference should be there in that particular matching. Yes. The base parameters are GSTN, number of the counterparty, invoice number, invoice value, taxable values, and tax amounts. Okay, so if I am a first time user of EaseMyGST in July, and if I have unmatched invoices from previous month, say April, May, June, understood, is there any facilities in EaseMyGST to upload these and bring these into the reconciliation for July? Yes, surely we have the facility. You take the EaseMyGST, you have to just upload that particular part, means upload the purchase data of all the financial year you want to upload. Then you have to just do the reconciliation again, and then you will be having the reconciliation reports and the engine which Mr. Anubhav has shown to you right now. Yes, you can upload all the purchase month data and you can do the reconciliation. So now next question is, if we are sending mail from EaseMyGST to vendor, that party has not filed invoices in GST portal. Now mail is showing in the spam to the vendors. Okay, so for that part, I must say that there's a client security feature which has to be enabled. Means they have to allow the mailing option from the EaseMyGST sender, so that every time and any time they can easily access the particular mails. Okay, can we claimed input based on GSTR 2B, but the vendor not filed GSTR 3B. What is the effect for SSE? Okay, so if you claim the input means based on your purchase data, so in the GSTR 3B now on government portal, it will show the highlighted part with the red flag that you have access claimed the input, but you are not advisable according to the rule which is 39.1. Which says that you have to take the input from the 2B part only, which the government portal has applied or which the government portal has auto-populated in the return section. You have to take the input according to the 2B. Otherwise, you have to face the penalties and the notice replies. So till June, I have to do, I have been doing manual reconciliation, which is outside the EaseMyGST, right? So you can do the reconciliation again and again, anytime on the EaseMyGST, just you have to upload the purchase data. Okay. GST debit journals not synced to EaseMyGST portal. Okay, for the users who this is pertaining to the Ginesys users who are using the Ginesys ERP. So in Ginesys ERP there are journal parts. So you have to make those entries into the correct section, which is procurement module. In any time, all the data is synced to the procurement to the EaseMyGST. All the data you will get synced. Or if you have any other questions regarding that particular part, you can connect to the Ginesys account manager as well. if you can claim any extra ITC above then GST 2B, yes, I told you earlier as well. If you can, if you want to claim the extra input, but in the next one you have to channelize that particular extra claim into the correct amount, because you have to take the input according to the GST 2B, according to the new rule of the GST. So how to download purchase summary? Okay, so we will provide you the live session as well. Also, we have some of the documents which will provide you to download the purchase summary. Although I will just route you to the section in the question answer section also. And e-invoice enabling. So e-invoice enabling means that there's a if a user is enabled for invoice, but they are not making the invoices, right? They have not considered that part, that they have not generated the invoice till now. So they have to generate the invoice, because they are more than 10 crores turnovers. They have to generate. So for that part, you can just let you know that which all the vendors have enabled themselves for the invoicing part or not. uh, how can Rico expense entry, right? If I am reading that correct part, I'm not able to understand that question. Just skipping to the next one. If we book two invoices in purchase book, but seller showing input return in one invoice, in that scenario, one invoice showing value mismatch and another showing purchase only, how is my GST Rico the same? Okay, so in Recon, we have the option to link and delink multiple invoices to one invoices. Can be also done vendor wise as well as the invoice level as well. So you can link and delink at any time. And also you have to also we can provide you the report for the logs entry as well, which user has done the retailing part. Whether we can mark in Excel and re-upload the file. In Excel, you can mention the user comment and then re-upload with the same comments, or with the all the options for the future use. We encountered invoices in Karnataka, but the vendor has filed Maharashtra. Please advise how to claim. Okay, so for this only we have a group level report in which we show you that if there is any input claim in the different state. So for that particular part, we do the reconciliation as well. We provide you the report in which you will be able to know that what all the vendors has filed your invoice into the another state, so that you can take that particular input. Is there any Excel format to upload our purchase data in input? Yes, sir. We have the purchase data Excel template. Also, you can integrate our Excel or any of the Excel from your side to the EaseMyGST part. If any entry has been made in previous month after RICO, need to clear all GSTR2 purchase data. Okay, if any entry has been made in previous month after RICO, need to clear all purchase data. No, no, no. The thing is, you have to upload the purchase data. Right now, we have given you the feature. If you have uploaded same invoice number in the another month, so you can check that duplicate part also, and then take out that particular dump and remove the duplicate invoice, and then re-upload. Accordingly, we will do the purchase reconciliation. Is post action summary in the reconciliation. Okay, so post action summary allows you to provide the summary which you have taken all the input, means you have taken all the actions in the reconciliation, like GSTR 3B, accept and reject. So after doing all the part, we will provide you the post action summary, that this is the actual summary, and then after doing your adjustment and after doing your working, what is the new summary which will be providing in the post action summary from EMG, or just need to see. Okay. Yes, we can make. Can we make e-invoice from EaseMyGST? Yes, this is a dedicated module. For that, you can generate the e-invoicing. Okay, okay, okay. So we have answered all the questions right now. So we will wait for 2-3 minutes also for the question answer round. So in that part, we will just clear out, and then we will finish the webinar for today's.
Hi, everyone. If you have any questions, please ask our speakers over the Q&A session, Q&A tab. If you have any query, kindly mark your question over there.
So there are a few more questions. So let us go around them. In EMG reconciliation, can we have the e-invoice data? Yes. So we have the e-invoice reconciliation as well. So we will provide you the e-invoice with the reconciliation of your books as well. So you have to just click on the button while you are doing the GST1 filing as well. So whether we can mark the month and re-upload, yes, you can reset. See, you have to mark that particular month. If you have wrongly entered the month, you can reset that particular invoice and then re-enter and re-mark that particular month which you want to mark. Okay, so I have to mark ITC claim bills from GSTR to be manually for each month. What is the process? Do we have any Excel tool for that? Okay, so for marking the ITC, right now I have said that what all the upload option you have to do, only you can do in the comment option. You can just upload the comment that this is marked, or you want to take in June month or July month, then re-upload the Excel, and then based on that part we will generate with the 3P marking. Okay, so I think we are good with the questions. We have covered mostly all the questions which are in the panel box. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining the today's webinar. So we are very overwhelmed that you have joined and asked some of the questions, and this is a very fruitful session for us as well. We will surely come up with the good topics in the future as well. So thanking you guys. We are just closing our webinar for today.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Thank you for
guys.
joining today's session. Thank
you
you, our panelists.
You can share us to support@easemygst.com. Okay. Thank you so much, guys.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, all our panelists, all our speakers. Thank you. Have a nice day.